So I have these amazing offcuts here from a previous project I did, and we're trying today to make money out of offcuts to maximize our profits out of every single project. This one is going to be a pattern cutting board out of Tasmanian blackwood and Pacific maple. There's a ton of glue ups and I don't own a planer. I want to have those glue ups as flat as possible, and to do so we are going to use these Torquata Panel Clamps. First step though, before we start anything, we have to break down our materials and we have to figure out how big our board can get and how big we want to have our parts. Okay, so my idea was to make it a simple pattern, which means I'm gonna do like a brick and mortar pattern where our Pacific maple is gonna be our bricks and our Tasmanian blackwood will be our mortar. I'm gonna make these ones maybe 2 to 3 centimeters thick. Let's see how it looks, and yeah. And we are breaking these ones down with my brand new Sherwood table saw as well. Check them out, it's awesome. Okay guys, so I already made a mistake here. So I accidentally, no, not accidentally because me not knowing, cut them in 3 centimeters, which obviously is incorrect because that would be then the thickness of the, or like the length of the brick would be then only like 3 centimeters. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just glue 2 of them together, and then it's gonna be, the brick is gonna be 6 centimeters long, because here we're gonna cut it then off in like 3 centimeter strips. That's going to be then the height of it, so it's going to be 3 times 6 for the bricks, and then in between we are putting the strips of blackwood. So we're going to do that right now. So I've cut everything and we are ready for the glue up. I already tried out how that works with those clamps. It's a little bit of setup and then it actually works quite well. And we are using Titebond 3 for the glue because it's food safe and waterproof. Probably get a bit of a wipe and get some of the glue off. Yeah, because we put a lot of glue on it. There's a lot of squeeze out too on the bottom. The big advantage with those clamps is it doesn't go anywhere. I obviously didn't do a perfect job with cutting them and jointing them. I don't have a jointer, so I really had to put a lot of pressure on it, even extra pressure with that pipe clamp from Pony Jorgensen, but they couldn't go anywhere. So it's still perfectly flat, but there's a ton of pressure on it. We use a ton of glue, so we just wiped it a little bit off with a wet rag here, and my hands look horrible. Spider, go away. Okay, so now we put this aside and let it dry for 24 hours. Okay guys, so this is now dry and we can take it out of our clamps, which we do in a second. After that, we're gonna go and do all the cross cuts we need on our table saw to basically make our bricks. First, we have to make sure there's one straight edge that we can reference on our table saw fence so that we have consistent bricks all around. And after that, we're gonna put our mortar in between our bricks so our brick wall looks more realistic. First things first, let's get this out of the clamps. Okay, so next step is this one's going between here, and then we gonna offset them as well so they look good, and this will be then making our brick and mortar wall. Okay guys, so this do-up is done. As usual, stressful. What I didn't actually think of, once we did that second cut, we are gluing together end grain to long grain. So I may have not put enough glue here in the beginning, but yeah, let's fingers crossed. After this is dry, we're gonna take it out, we cut it to final size, and then we are taking care of the cleanup of the board itself. We have to clean up all of the black wood here because that's obviously a little higher. You can see that there's all lips around here. And I was thinking on how to do that. This is already absolutely flat because of those panel clamps, which is awesome. So I only need to kind of remove those high spots. Maybe do it with a hand tool, like a hand plane, and see how that works. I'm gonna put a really heavy roundover on it, on both sides, and then we're gonna figure out how we're gonna do the juice groove. Okay, so for that juice groove, I'm using this Torquata juice groove bit, like round headed bit, which gives me always a perfect juice groove, so it's really, really nice. So to know where the juice groove goes, I'm just setting it up here, and I need a guide here. Obviously this router doesn't have a guide. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just put a little piece of timber here, and then with the timber riding along, I can go all the way around. Sorry, I have to go forward here, all the way around. Keep in mind what direction your bit is going. So this one is going in this direction, so it will try when I go forward to pull inwards, and that's what I want. I don't want it to pull outwards. I want it to pull into the guide. So with that technique, it's always a bit tricky because you don't know how far you can go. So what I do is I'll hand do it. So I'm just making a little scratch here, so I know I can't go here. So I'm gonna go all the way, do a scratch right all the way around, so that I know roughly, or not roughly, how far I can go. And in doubt, I go a little shorter than I think I can. So there has to be a little bit of feeling in there as well, because I can't be bothered right now to do a full-on frame around it. And done. Ooh, looks nice, hey? First review. This is why you clean it before finish. See this? Even though we vacuumed it off. Okay, so we're using this Walrus cutting board oil. This is food safe and it's perfect for this application. It gives a really good protection and I'm actually loving it. I'm using it a lot. So this is my first bottle. It's almost empty already. I have a second one over there just in case we run out. But I love this finish. It's really good, really easy and simple to use. And it gives really good protection. Sorry, you have to shake it before you use it. This build was awesome, guys. I really enjoyed doing it. My MVP were those Torquata Panel Clamps. They were awesome. They are now minus 10% on the Timbecon website if you use my discount code CWW10. Now check out some of these videos next. And as always, I appreciate you and I see you next time.